Hello everyone, this is Vinotha, Assistant Professor of Department of MCA, Hindustan College of Engineering and Technology. Today we are going to see about the basic concepts involved in cloud computing. First, what is cloud computing? Then deployment models and service models. What is cloud computing? The cloud computing means using the internet like a computer. Instead of storing files, programs or apps on our own laptop or desktop, they are kept on big computer servers somewhere else in the world and we can access them using the internet. Just we will see one example. We no need to build a house. For that, just we are paying rent and use it whenever we need. This is the cloud services. When we require, we can use those services. Uses of cloud computing. First one, storage, backup and recovery of data like Google Drive, iCloud or Dropbox, where you save the photos and files safely. Then next one, delivery of software on demand basis like Microsoft Office 365 or Google Documents, where you don't install your software, you just use it in online. Development of new applications and services. Developers can build and test applications quickly without buying expensive computers. Next one, streaming videos and audio. This is like YouTube, Netflix or Spotify, where the content is streamed from the cloud. These are the deployment models involved in cloud computing. There are 5 models. First one, public cloud. Second one, private cloud. Third one, hybrid cloud. Fourth one, community cloud. Fifth one, multi-cloud. Now we will see one by one. First one, public cloud. What is meant by public cloud? The name itself we can identify. It can use it through the internet at any time and anywhere. That is, public cloud means that anyone can use it through the internet. For example, Gmail, Google Drive, YouTube. These are all available for anyone. Then next one, ownership. Who is owned these? It is owned and managed by companies like Amazon, Microsoft or Google. Then who will access these? Since it is public, anyone can sign up and use it. Then advantages and disadvantages of public cloud. First one represents low cost. You no need to buy your own servers or machines. You just rent from the cloud providers. Then next one, scalability and reliability. You can increase or decrease the usage anytime, like adding storage or computing power instantly. Next one, easy to use. This is the public, so anyone can set it up quickly even without deep technical knowledge. The next is disadvantages. First represent less control. Since the server belongs to the provider, you don't have full control. The next one, security and privacy concerns. Data is on someone else's computer, so there will be always risk. These are all the example for public cloud. AWS EC2, then the storing the files in the Google Drive. The next one is private cloud. What is private cloud? The cloud infrastructure is used exclusively by a single organization. The private cloud belongs to the single organization. Next, the ownership might be the organization itself or the managed by another party. Only the organization that owns or rents it can use it. No outsiders can use the private cloud. Next, advantages of the private cloud. First one, high security and privacy. Data stay inside the organization, so it is safe from the outsiders. Next one, full control. The organization only having the control over everything. Next one, customizable infrastructure. It can be set up exactly as the organization needs. Then disadvantages. It is expensive because the organization must buy and maintain its own servers and hardware, so it will be high cost. The next one, less scalable. Expanding is harder compared to the public cloud. So we need to buy hardware and software. So it will be one of the disadvantages for public cloud. Example for public clouds are bank or government organization hosting sensitive data. Next one, hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud is the combination of private cloud as well as public cloud. It lets the data and the apps move between them as needed. It is shared between the organization and cloud providers. The control also mix of both public and private access. Some parts are open, so they can use as a public cloud. Some parts are restricted, so that could be the used by the private cloud. Next, advantages of the hybrid cloud. First one, flexibility. You can decide which work goes to private cloud and which goes to public cloud. Then next one is better disaster recovery options. If one system fails, the other system can take over the responsibility. So no need to worry about the disaster and recovery options. The next one, cost efficient. We can save money by keeping sensitive data in private cloud and using public cloud for normal task. We can give that specific task for public and private cloud. The next one, disadvantages. Complex to manage. There will be the risk if we are combining both public and private. Example, a company stores sensitive customer data in a private cloud but uses public cloud for application hosting. This is the example for hybrid cloud. The next one is community cloud. The community cloud infrastructure is shared by several organizations with common goals or requirements. Who is the ownership for this cloud means it is managed by one or more organization or a third party. The access will be only the community members can use it, not the general members. The next one is advantages and disadvantages. Advantages of community cloud. It is the cost sharing. Multiple organizations can share the cost, so it will be cheaper than the private cloud. Similarly, collaboration. Good for groups. For example, research institutions, government agencies work toward the same goal. The next disadvantages are, the cost is higher compared to the public cloud. Then the limited resources, not as scalable as public cloud. For example, we can take it as the hospitals. It is the healthcare cloud to share the patient data securely. Similarly, the group of universities running a shared research cloud. The next one is multi-cloud. What is meant by multi-cloud? It refers to the use of two or more cloud computing platforms to run applications, store data or deliver the services. Who will be the owner for this? It is not owned by the single vendor. So management responsibility depends on the organization setup. It will be accessed by the multiple cloud platforms, that is shared with multiple cloud platforms. The advantages are it will be greater, flexible and scalable. The cost optimization, if we can choose the cheapest resources, then increased innovations. Disadvantages, it is a complex management, more difficult to handle security, billing and integration. Similarly, security risk also high in this. The operational cost also high in compared to public and private cloud. We can take it as the AWS and Google Cloud as example for this cloud. Next, the service models involved in cloud computing. There are three service models. One is software as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service. First one, software as a service. It provides software applications, that is ready-made software applications are delivered over the internet. You no need to install them on our personal computer. You just use them online, usually by subscription or pay-per use. The cloud provider can manage everything like infrastructure, platform and applications. You can access the software through a web server or a mobile app. These are all the example for software as a service. Mainly we are using Gmail, Outlook, Google Docs, Netflix, Zoom, Google Meet. These are all the applications we are using mostly. Next, platform as a service. What is called as platform as a service? The providers a ready-made platform that allows developers to build, test, run and manage applications without worrying about the underlying infrastructure, that is servers, OS, networking. We no need to worry about servers, OS and networking. The cloud provider manages hardware, OS, networking and runtime environment, while the developer manages only the applications and data. The next one is access. Developers get access to ready to use tools, frameworks, programming languages and APIs provided by the cloud vendor. These are all the example for software as a service. Google App Engine, Salesforce, AWS Elastic Beanstalk, Microsoft Azure App Services we are working as a software as a service. The next one, infrastructure as a service. What is meant by infrastructure as a service? It provides virtualized computing resources. We can virtually share the servers, storage and networking over the internet. Here also the cloud provider manages only the infrastructure. The user can manage the operating system, runtime, applications and data. The user can configure and control infrastructure resources through a dashboard or APIs. These are all the infrastructure as a service. Amazon Web Services, NetMagic Solutions, Rackspace, Reliance Communication, SIFI Technologies. This table will provide us the clear comparison between software as a service, platform as a service and infrastructure as a service. First one, the definition. Software as a service means it is ready to use software delivered over the internet. The next one, platform as a service. Platform for developers to build, run and manage applications without handling infrastructure. We no need to worry about the infrastructure. Just we are developing to build, run and manage the applications. Next one, infrastructure as a service. In this, we are virtually sharing the resources like server, storage, network provided over the internet. Then next one explains the ownership of the software as a service, platform as a service and the infrastructure as a service. Who can access those platforms? Then example and control level. Thank you.